She forgets him every single day. But every time they meet again, her heart starts racing. For a man her mind has never seen before. Why does she feel safe in his arms? Why does his voice make her tremble? And what happens when one moment finally breaks through, and she begins to remember the love that refused to let her go? This is not just a love story. It is a battle between memory and the heart. Stay till the end, because the moment she remembers will change everything. Give me a hook for YouTube video based on the story you wrote above. The hook should be lively, suspenseful and full of curiosity so that my viewers stay engaged and watch the video till the end. The wind cut across the open fields. Dry grass whispering secrets I carried alone. Dust rose beneath my boots as I walked toward her again. Same road, same sky, same trembling in my chest. She stood near the fence, searching, but never finding me. A moment of stillness, and that look, confusion, soft fear, a stranger standing too close. My throat tightened, or felt heavy, like the world held its breath with me. "Hello," I said, voice quieter than the wind. Her fingers curled into the wood, knuckles pale. "I feel like I know you," she whispered. And there it was, that small crack of light, breaking through the darkness. I stepped closer, slowly, as if one wrong move would shatter everything. The scent of earth after last night's rain, the faint tremble in her breath, the way her eyes softened without reason. Her mind fought, could see it, but her heart leaned toward me. "I come here often," I told her, each word steady, even as my soul shook. She tilted her head, studying me, as if I was a memory just out of reach. Then suddenly, she winced, flash, sharp, unexpected. Her hand pressed against her chest. I feel something," she said, voice breaking like fragile glass. My pulse roared in my ears. Hope and pain collided, fierce and unforgiving. "You once told me," I said gently, "that no matter what happens, your heart would always remember its way home." Silence wrapped around us. The world faded. Only her breathing remained, uneven, shallow, real. A tear slipped down her cheek, uninvited, unexplained. "I do not understand this," she murmured. I stepped closer, close enough to feel her warmth, close enough to lose myself again. "You do not have to understand," I said. Soft, steady, certain. Her hand moved, hesitant, uncertain, until it found mine. Electric, familiar, unavoidable. Her breath caught, eyes widening. And in that fragile moment, between knowing and forgetting, she held on, as if letting go would break something deeper than memory. The wind rose again, stronger now, carrying dust, carrying time, carrying every version of us that had ever stood here before. And I stayed, right there, where she keeps finding me again. Her fingers tightened around mine, not out of certainty, but out of something deeper, something that trembled, yet refused to disappear. The wind grew colder, brushing against her face, lifting strands of her hair. She closed her eyes, as if the world became too loud, and somewhere inside, a door tried to open. Her grip faltered, then returned, stronger. A sharp breath escaped her lips. "I see," she whispered, voice unsteady. "Light, and you are there." My chest burned. Hope rushed in, reckless, unforgiving. "Stay with it," I said softly. She shook her head. Pain flickered across her face, quick, bright, like lightning in a storm. Her knees weakened. I stepped closer, catching her before the ground could. Her weight against me, familiar, achingly right. Her heartbeat raced, wild, uneven, alive. "Why does it hurt?" she asked. I swallowed. "Because love sometimes returns, through pain first." "Because it matters," I answered. Her hand moved again, this time rising, slowly, until it touched my face. Warm, hesitant, real. Her fingertips traced my cheek, as if reading a language her mind forgot. A tear fell from her eye, then another. "I know this feeling," she said, voice trembling. This is not new." The sky dimmed slightly, clouds gathering like silent witnesses. The air shifted, heavy, charged. Her breathing deepened, each inhale pulling something closer, each exhale letting something go. "I hear your voice," she murmured, "even when you are not there." My heart stuttered, 'cause that meant, somewhere inside her, I never left. A sudden gust of wind rushed between us, cold, sharp. She gasped, her body tensing, eyes widening as if something finally broke through. Memory, or a shadow of one. Her fingers gripped my shirt. Desperate. "Do not go," she said quickly, fear spilling through her voice. I leaned closer, steady, grounded. "I am right here." Her forehead rested against my chest, and for a moment, everything aligned. Her breath, my heartbeat, the quiet rhythm of something rebuilding. But then, her body stiffened again. Sudden jolt, like the past crashing forward. Her grip tightened painfully. "I see you leaving," she whispered, voice cracking. "I feel it over and over." The words hit deep, because she remembered the pain, even if she forgot the reason. "I always come back," I said, firm, unshaken. Her head lifted slowly, I searching mine, not for recognition, but for truth. The wind howled louder now, dust swirling around us, time bending, pulling, testing. Her hand slipped slightly from mine, not fully gone, just enough to make my chest tighten. That fragile space again, between holding on and losing everything once more. Her lips parted, another memory pressing forward, another wave rising, and I stood there, ready to be found, all over again. Her lips trembled, as if the next word carried too much weight. The wind circled us, restless, insistent. Dust brushed against her skin, and still, she did not move away. "I remember a door," she said slowly, eyes unfocused, white, and sunlight through it. My breath caught, because I knew that door. I built it with my own hands, on a morning filled with hope. "You stood there," she continued, voice barely holding together, waiting, smiling like I was your whole world. A sharp ache spread through my chest. "Yes," I whispered. Her fingers tightened again, pulling me closer, as if distance had become her enemy. "I feel warmth," she said, safe, like nothing could break me. The air shifted, softened. For a moment, the storm inside her quieted. Her forehead leaned against mine, and time slowed, her breath mixing with mine, uneven, fragile, real. "I do not see your face," she admitted, pain threading through her voice. "But I feel everything else." A tear slipped down my cheek, because that was enough, more than enough. "You once told me," I said gently, "that love lives deeper than memory." Her eyes fluttered, as if those words touched something buried. A sudden shiver ran through her body, not from cold, from impact. Her hand pressed harder against my chest, right over my heart, as if searching, confirming, holding on. "It is loud," she whispered. "Your heart. It feels like it is calling me." "It always has," I answered. The wind calmed, just slightly, like the world leaned in to listen. Her breathing steadied, then faltered again. Another wave, stronger now. "I see the field," she said suddenly, eyes widening. "This field, but brighter, and I am laughing." Hope surged, wild, burning. "You were chasing me," I said, voice breaking. "You said I ran too slow." A faint smile touched her lips. Fragile, beautiful. "Yes," she breathed. For a second, she was there, fully. Then the moment cracked. Her expression shifted, confusion rushing back in, fast, merciless. Her hand slipped from my chest, down to my arm, gripping, as if trying to anchor herself. "Do not let it fade," she said urgently. Fear rising again, I held her closer, steady against the storm. "I am here," I said, firm, unmoving. Her eyes searched mine again, deeper this time, as if standing on the edge of something irreversible. The air thickened, every second stretching. Her lips parted once more. Another memory rising, stronger, closer, and I stayed exactly where I was, ready to be remembered, or lost. In the very next breath, her breath hitched, caught between past and present, between losing me and finding me again. The sky dimmed further, clouds pressing low, like the world leaned down to witness. "I hear your name," she whispered. My pulse surged, wild and steady. "Say it," I urged gently. Her lips parted, but no sound came, only a sharp inhale, as if something inside resisted. Her fingers dug into my arm, seeking balance, seeking truth. "It is right there," she said, frustration trembling through her. "So close it hurts." I nodded, even as my chest tightened. "Then stay with the feeling." The wind stilled suddenly, unnatural, heavy, like time itself paused. Her eyes locked onto mine, searching deeper than before, not for memory, for meaning. A flicker passed through her gaze, quick, bright, recognition, almost. "You," she said softly, voice trembling. "You waited." The words struck deep, 'cause they were true. In every lifetime we had stood here. "I always do," I answered. Her breath broke, a tear falling fast, like it carried years within it. "I left," she said, pain filling the space between us. The memory was not clear, but the feeling was. Guilt, was, distance. "You came back," I said firmly, because that mattered more. Her head shook slightly, confusion clashing with emotion. "I feel both," she whispered, leaving and returning. The wind rose again, not harsh this time, but steady, like a force pushing her forward. Her hand slid from my arm, back into my hand, fitting there, like it always had. A quiet gasp escaped her, as if her body recognized what her mind still questioned. "It fits," she murmured. I smiled faintly, even as my heart pounded. It always did. The field stretched endlessly around us, golden grass bending, soft, alive. A distant sound echoed, faint, familiar. Her head turned sharply, eyes widening. "I know that," she said quickly. Hope surged again, stronger, closer. "It is laughter," she added, voice shaking. I stepped closer, closing the last space between us. "You laughed like that here," I said, "right before you fell, and I caught you." Her breath caught, body tensing, as if the moment replayed, just beyond reach. Her grip tightened suddenly, almost desperate. "I feel your arms," she said, voice breaking, holding me, like I mattered more than anything. "You do," I said, without hesitation. The words settled into her, deep, unshaken. Her eyes softened, just for a second, before another wave hit, stronger than before. Her body jolted, a sharp gasp tearing through her. "Wait," she said quickly, panic rising. "Something is happening." The air shifted again, charged, alive. Her fingers trembled in mine, but she did not let go. Not this time. Her eyes locked onto mine, fully, as if standing at the edge of remembering everything, or losing it all again. And in that fragile, breathless moment, she leaned closer, as if the next second would decide everything. Her face hovered inches from mine, close enough for me to feel the warmth of her breath, close enough for the past to almost return. Her eyes searched mine, Not drifting now. Not lost. Focused. Intense. Like she was finally seeing me. Through the fog. Stay, she whispered. The word trembled. But it held. I am here, I answered. Steady. Unmoving. Her grip tightened again. Fingers locking with mine. As if letting go meant falling. The air grew heavier. Charged with something building. Something unstoppable. Her chest rose sharply. A sudden rush of breath. An flinch. Pain crossed her face. Cutting. Her other hand flew to her head. Fingers pressing hard. As if trying to hold something inside. It is too much, she gasped. I stepped closer. Careful. Grounded. You are safe, I said. Voice low. Firm. Her body leaned into mine. Without hesitation. Like instinct had taken over. Like her soul had made a choice. Before her mind could interfere. I see flashes, she said. Words breaking apart. Pieces. They are coming fast. The wind surged again. Lifting dust. Spinning it around us. The world blurred. Only her remained clear. Tell me, I urged softly. Her fingers tightened against my chest. Right over my heart. As if anchoring herself. To something real. There is rain, she said. It is wide. We are running. Laughing. You pull me closer. Breath left me. Shaky. Full. Yes, I said. Her grip tightened. Almost painful. There is light, she continued. Voice trembling faster now. Warm. Golden. You are building something. A door. A house. The life we dreamed. My chest ached. Keep going, I whispered. Her breathing quickened. Uneven. Rushing. There is fear, she said suddenly. The word hit hard. Sharp. Her body stiffened. Eyes flickering. I turn away, she said. Voice cracking. I walk. I leave you there. The air felt colder. Heavier. Like that moment still lived between us. You came back, I said again. Firm. Certain. Her head shook. Tears falling faster now. I feel you breaking, she whispered. Even when you stood strong. My jaw tightened. Because she remembered the pain. Even now. You still came back, I repeated. Her eyes snapped to mine. Something shifting. Something deeper. I looked for you, she said suddenly. Hope surged. Fierce. Alive. I searched. Everywhere, but everything was gone. The words trembled. Lost. King. I stepped closer. Closing every inch between us. I never left, I said softly. Her breath caught. Long pause. And her hand rose again. Touching my face. But this time. No hesitation. No uncertainty. Her fingers traced slowly. Deliberately. As if confirming every detail. As if rebuilding me from memory. Her eyes filled. But they did not look lost anymore. They looked closer. Closer than ever before. You feel real, she whispered. I always was, I answered. The wind softened. The field quiet. As if the world waited. Her lips parted again. Another truth rising. Stronger than before. And she leaned even closer. As if the next word would change everything. Her breath brushed against my lips. Warm. Shaking. Alive. And for a second, everything else disappeared. No wind. No field. No past trying to pull her away. Just us. Right here. Right now. Her eyes searched mine. Deeper than ever before. Not lost. Not confused. But fighting. Fighting to hold on. I remember your hands, she whispered. My heart pounded. Loud. Relentless. She tightened her grip around mine. Fingers interlocked. Perfectly aligned. You used to hold me like this, she said. Voice trembling with something close to certainty. I still do, I answered. Her breath caught. A pause stretched between us. Fragile. And a sudden shift. Her body tensed. Like something inside snapped into place. Her eyes widened. Not with fear. with recognition trying to break through. It was this field, she said quickly, words rushing now. This exact place. You asked me to stay. Hope surged, wild, uncontainable. Yes, I said, barely able to breathe. Her grip tightened painfully, as if she was holding on to more than just me. I was afraid, she said, voice cracking, of losing myself, of losing everything. The past echoed through her words. Well, unfinished. You chose to come back, I said. Her head shook, tears falling faster. I ran first, she whispered, guilt heavy in every word. The wind picked up again, stronger, circling us, as if time itself was closing in. You found your way again, I said, firm, anchoring. Her eyes locked onto mine, searching for truth, for something solid. Her hand rose once more, cupping my face, this time steady, intentional. You waited here, she said slowly. Through everything, through all of it. I promised I would, I replied. The words settled deep. Her breathing slowed, just slightly, as if something inside her began to align, piece by piece. Her thumb brushed against my cheek, gentle, familiar. A soft gasp escaped her. I said something to you, she murmured, eyes flickering, reaching deeper. My chest tightened, because I knew that moment, felt it before she spoke. You told me, she continued, voice trembling at the edge of truth. The wind stilled again, completely, like the world itself waited for her to finish. Her lips parted, her eyes locked onto mine, unwavering now, as if standing right at the edge of remembering everything, or losing it forever. And in that fragile, breathless second, she began to speak again. You told me, she whispered, voice trembling, that even if the world changed me, you would keep loving the part of me that stayed. The words broke something open inside me, 'cause they were hers, the same words she had spoken, on the night beneath the lanterns, when the stars hung low, and her hand rested over my heart. A tear slipped down her cheek, then another, and suddenly, she was crying openly, softly, as if years of fear and loss had finally found a way out. I remember, she said, not loudly, not all at once, just enough. Enough to make the world feel bright again. The wind moved through the field, gentle now, warm, no longer a storm. She stepped closer, until there was no space left between us. Her forehead touched mine, and I closed my eyes, because after all the waiting, all the pain, all the days she looked at me like a stranger, she was here, maybe not with every memory, maybe not with every piece of the past, but with the one thing that mattered most, her heart. I am sorry, she whispered. I shook my head. There is nothing to forgive, because love was never about perfection. It was never about holding someone only when life was easy. Love was staying when things became difficult. Love was choosing the same person, again and again, even when they forgot your name, even when the road became long, and lonely, and uncertain. She smiled then. Beautiful, real. The kind of smile that feels like sunrise after a very long winter. She slipped her hand into mine, where it belonged, and together, we turned toward the little house beyond the field, the one with the white door, and sunlight pouring through the windows, the place we once dreamed of, the place we would build again, step by step, memory by memory, love by love. And as we walked, I finally understood something worth carrying through every hard season of life. The strongest hearts are not the ones that never break. They are the ones that keep loving, even after they have been broken, because real love remembers, even when the mind forgets.